Moda'ani fanecha, Moda'ani lefanecha, Moda'ani lefanecha, Moda'ani lefanecha, Moda'ani fanecha, Moda'ani fanecha, Moda'ani lefanecha, Moda'ani lefanecha, Moda'ani lefanecha, Moda'ani lefanecha. Moda'ani lefanecha,
Moda'ani lifanecha, 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 Modani lifanecha. 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 Once more. Modani lifanecha. Modani lifanecha. Modani lifanecha. Modani lifanecha.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our final session of our program. We've been on this program for 11 weeks now. We started in mid-January, January 17th, the day before the Martin Luther King Day. And this program was really about living a path of love and justice. And it was really to prepare ourselves for Passover. So what good timing in that we're entering Passover week immediately ahead of us right now. And our intention through these practices is to cultivate ourselves to be able to be living a path of love and justice as a beloved community, embracing our common humanity. And so each week we've been going through practice after practice, and they are practices to kind of develop our covenantal, our betrothal to the divine or God or the love force or whatever you want to call it. And so as we enter this week's practice, we've entered chapter 4 of the Song of Songs. There's 8 chapters, and so it's an ongoing practice, of course. But this week is about embracing mystery, and it's about exploring how we can allow the divine to emerge from the deep silence of wilderness. And that wilderness can be seen as like this transcendent kind of space into the transcendent realms, the universal realms, the trans-universal realms, all the way from where we are into the kind of mysterious sourcing of all of creation, of all life, of all energy. In the Kabbalistic terms, it's kind of known as the Ein Sof. It's the unknowable kind of sourcing of everything. It's way beyond our ability to understand. And it's actually that practice in this chant is to sort of give up our kind of boundaries of what we understand to be reality to be and cross into that wilderness. Now, paradoxically, that wilderness is also inside of us, that deep, expanded heart space that we've been growing and practicing opening and practicing that flow, that divine flow, to be sourced and flowing through us. Each week we've been practicing that, and that is the source of revelation, that wilderness within. So as we go into the silence after this chant, I invite you to check in, do it as a diagnostic for your ability to explore that wilderness and connect to it, and then source yourself from that. And what are the barriers to that? It's all work in progress. So the first chant, I'm going to turn it over to Jody, is about your voice in the wilderness.
Good morning, everyone. So our first chant today is Your Voice in the Wilderness. Kahut hashani siftotaich umidbarech nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. And Shefa also threw in, your lips like a scarlet ribbon and your voice so sweet. Song of Songs, chapter 4, verse 3. Kahut hashani siftotaich umidbarech nave, umidbarech nave, umidbarech nave. Kahut hashani siftotaich umidbarech nave, umidbarech nave, umidbarech nave. Your voice in the wilderness, it calls to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Chachut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech Nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich, Umidbarech Nave, Umidbarech nave, umidbarech nave. Kahut hafshani siftotayich, umidbarech nave, umidbarech nave, umidbarech nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Again. Kahut Hafshani siftotayich, umidbarech nave, umidbarech nave, umidbarech nave. Kahut Hafshani siftotayich, umidbarech nave, umidbarech nave. Umidbarech nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery.
We'll just sit for a minute as we connect with this kind of zone of the wilderness. So as we've been living this journey of the Song of Songs, and we've been establishing this covenantal love, this betrothal to these transcendent God force, love force, and we're open to the mystery and the unfolding journey. One of my all-time go-to chants is this upcoming chant, which I'm going to put up in the chat now. It's called Giving Myself to Service. And for me, it's been like a chant that I've used to help me discern and to make choices about how to serve. And from that, as I'm sourcing who I am and who I'm becoming from that higher realm, as opposed to from my kind of reptilian brain or my not so great self. And so this chant is a practice of, connecting to the opportunities before us to serve. And Shefa was teaching this week about it. It was like saying, if you don't God will throw you into circumstances, or life will throw you into circumstances, and you'll be tested and challenged. So you have a choice of doing that with resistance or doing that with as an open channel. So this is a practice for living that as an open channel. So it goes like this. Naya ki ani avdecha, ani avdecha. Anaya 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 ki ani avdecha, ani avdecha. Once more. Anaya ki ani avdecha, ani avdecha. Anaya ki ani avdecha, ani avdecha. Anaya ki ani avdecha, ani avdecha.
Let's just keep our eyes closed and keep our deep belly breathing going as we allow the power and the mystery of that chant to just fill our souls. And if we allow our bodies just to sit up tall in our chair, kind of reposition our postures, allow our shoulders to drop back and the crown of our head to reach up to the sky. And just practice that deep belly breathing, watching our breath, watching the colors of our breath, the texture, the temperature. And just allow your breath to be in coherence with your emotional state, your physical state, and your spiritual state. As all three of these bodies align and are in tune with one another. And just allow Teddy to be included in this meditation as he hears all the dogs in the neighborhood on this beautiful day. So I'm going to do some deep breathing for a few moments. We breathe in through our heart center. Shalom. Where I'm just going. And we exhale shalom. And we breathe in shalom. We take it in for about 8 to 10 seconds and take a few more breaths and hold it as long as you can. And then exhale shalom, completely emptying the lungs. And then holding that for about 5 more seconds. So let's try it once together, and then we'll go maybe 5 times on our own. Let's breathe in through our heart center, shalom. Take about another 5 to 8 sips of air. Hold for about another 5 seconds if you can. Exhale, shalom. Hold it for 5 more. Let's just do about 5 on our own. When you're ready, just return to your regular breathing. And if you allow your mind's eye and awareness to just enter into our heart chamber, the foyer of our heart. And when you get to this place of being greeted and being welcomed, you're asked to produce your half shekel. You reach into your pocket and you hand your half shekel, and it connects with another half shekel, just like a computer chip being plugged in to the motherboard. And it lights up all the sephirot, all the energy centers in the body. It's just sending pure liquid light to each of those sephirot, perfectly attuning each of them, perfectly aligning each of them. And just be here and be present in this foyer as you recharged, recalibrated, recalibrating all the sephirot. As we move through this first door, we find ourselves surrounded by our parents and our ancestors and all our teachers and mentors and guides. And we just look around and we hug, we kiss, and we rejoice, we celebrate, and we give gratitude for each of them as they presence themselves inside this second chamber of our hearts. And we just sit in this warmth and joy. We begin to move through the third door, and we're inside our tent, our glorious tent that's just holding all of us, holding our families, our community. And from here, we just send love and light and healing through our heart chambers to ourselves, to our families, to everyone on this call. We send healing to our nation and to the planet, that we move continuingly, swiftly out of this COVID period. And we send waves of healing and strength to all families who are impacted by this terrible pandemic. As we go through the next door, we remain in the tent, but we're just wide open with an indigo sky peeping through the breaks in the tent, the sides of the tent. We see the vineyards in full bloom, hundreds of acres of lilies in full bloom, and all the wildlife at peace, a sense of calm. And we just stay present in this timeless, spaceless place. As we move through the next door, we see our beloved. And we just recognize, I am my beloved. And my beloved is mine. And there's no duality. And that sense of mystery, that sense of longing, that sense of love is fulfilled in this moment. The pure kisses, the pure embrace, the pure warmth of this divine union just holds us and protects us. As we move through this final door, we are opened into the wilderness, into this wide open space of Ein Sof, of nothingness, of pure intelligence, a pure liquid light just surrounding us. And from here, we just allow that divine guidance to just recharge all our neurosensors and neuroprogramming. We just allow that guidance to recalibrate and set us on course. So we'll seal this with a Yud He Vav He silent meditation, breathing in Yud through our third eye, exhaling He through our heart center, breathing in Vav through our heart center, and exhaling He through our trunk. And let's just do that on our own for a few minutes. Jody, whenever you're ready.
Kahut Hafshani Siftotaich Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Kahut Hashani Siftotaich Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Kahut Hashani Siftotaich Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Kahut Hashani Siftotaich Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Once more. Kahut Hashani Siftotaich Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Kahut Hashani Siftotaich Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave Umidbarech Nave. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery. Your voice in the wilderness calls out to me. Your beauty and power are my mystery.
Wow. Thank you, Jody and Steve. Powerful session. As Jody, Steve, and I have been experiencing our Song of Songs and discerning the way forward, we just wanted to thank you all for being part of this program. It was really powerful for us. And we decided to continue the programming. So we're going to take a week off for Passover next Saturday, next weekend. We won't be with you, but following that, I'm putting it up in the chat. We are launching a 7-week program from from April 4th until May 16th. We're calling it the Journey of Love, from Liberation, which is the Passover festival, to Revelation, which is the Shavuot festival. So we're going to be continuing to march through the Song of Songs, and we're going to weave in the counting of the Omer, which is a practice of kind of connecting to the Sfirot and further refinement so that we can be pure vessels to receive all the revelation. So that'll be announced out on the Dr. Shalom listserv, and then we'll send everyone, like Anna L and others, the Zoom link. So just wanted to get that out into the ethos here, and then open it up for questions and feedback and anything that you've experienced. And I'm seeing some messages. Thanks, Cheryl, for joining. We're so glad. Please keep with us. And John's blessing us all to live long and prosper. Receiving and
as Spock would say.
Yes, we can Spockize it. Yes, may we all live long and prosper. Okay, opening it up to the Zoom room. Thanks for an ethereal hour. John, you can talk. Let's open. We want to hear your voices.
Hi, thank you. Blessings. And, it was great. I mean, it really was tranquility and, just, I don't know what thoughts I had. It was just something internalized this time. It was great. And I'm thinking of that that lovely sermon we heard yesterday about not only remembering Passover, but experiencing it. And that's the same here for today. It's not just remembering our times together, but experiencing them. And thank you for taking, I know as a teacher, you work really hard, all three of you work very hard to give us this experience, but then I hope we are giving you back some of the joy that you get with it, because which I experienced as a teacher as well. Thank you. So I've talked. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Yeah.
Thank you, John.
I don't think John's missed a session all year. If I don't take attendance.
Anna L too has been pretty consistent.
Anna L?
I try my best not to miss as well, because it's just so enriching to the soul, and I appreciate the individuality and beauty of each of you and what you bring to our group. And I'm just quite honored to be part of the group. And I'll get that book. I have the original Omer book, but I will order this one so I can join you for the next pieces of the journey. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Breaking news, flash news break. Susan Windle, the author of the book that I put up in the link, will be joining us, and she will read from a poem from her book on April 11th. So that's we start April 4th, so we'll get it going, and then she'll be joining us on Sunday, April 11th, for a special reading of one of her poems from the book. So that'll be fun. I really enjoyed your meditation today, Steve. I really kind of was traveling through those inner chambers, and I realized when you were getting to the core, that core, I was there was something in me that has fear, and I got scared of kind of merging with the one, if you will. And I was holding back, and I had this this guide join me. Mindy knows him, a dear friend of mine, a Navajo guy named Michael Taylor Riggs. He passed away many years ago, and he was I trusted him, just with everything every aspect of me trusted him for some reason. I mean, I just love him so much. I miss him, and he guided me, just and committed to being with me and to guide me and support me, and reassure me that it's okay to kind of go into those depths and source myself from there. So that was really sweet.
Thank you. I just want to say too, for me, it was this different quality of being with Jody and Paul as they were chanting. I mean, I really kind of just one with their tonality, their vibrational forces, their intention, and it was just so easy to embody and move into the chants in a whole qualitative way. That was really beautiful. So thank you.
Today, your voice in the wilderness felt like a love song to me.
Mm.
It was just so endearing. And, it's like the wilderness without and the wilderness within. And, may we all flourish and prosper in our wildernesses, internal and external, outternal. That's a new one.
It was also wonderful to hear Pesach chant. That was a real treat.
Thank you.
And Steve, when you in the chamber, when you brought in, our ancestors, I just remember, the Seder being such a highlight in our family. It was like one of those holidays that my father just shined. And so I was bringing in all of the Seders past of all the family who, had been there in my childhood, who are gone, who will join us again, this Seder in spirit.
Beautiful.
I have to say, Mindy, looking at you this morning, I kept visualizing your father. I thought, gee, I always thought you kind of looked like our mother, but I was seeing your father.
I just want to thank you guys so much for this offering. It's so rich each time. It just is so much love and life and vitality. I particularly enjoyed the chants today as preparation for Passover. I think there's something, at least for me, the week leading up to Passover sometimes does feel like a narrow place between the remembering of Passover's past, which is sweet, but also bittersweet sometimes. And also just all the preparation of like thinking through all the details and trying to get it all done and all that. And so I just think, I'm just going to remember that chant, your voice in the wilderness, it's calling to me. So thank you.
Remember the beauty and the power.
Sorry, Jody.
No, I was saying, remember the beauty and the power.
Yes.
Alexis, it's good to see you. How you doing? You doing well?
I am, thank you.
Good
A long recovery, but a successful one, or it appears so far.
Very
And
good.
I'm out walking every day, so. I wasn't calm this morning, and so it was hard for me to go into those chambers, but as Steve led us through, I could feel myself calming some, so that was good. I'm torn these days between optimism to normal and pessimism to more of what we've been experiencing. And it seems like I really believe everybody's there, but people are sort of choosing which direction they're going in. And I just feel torn. So I think that's why a lot of unrest is going on in me now.
Well, thank you for sharing that. It is part of the human experience, that wrestling, right? And our Jewish experience. So I just also want to say, like, we did a service yesterday, and I think several of us were there, and we did the wilderness chant yesterday as well, and today again. And it felt like it deepened too, you know? So it was like an affirmation of this is a practice, and the more that you kind of experience the chants, the more magic can unfold from it, I think. So blessings to all of you. Have a blessed Hag Sameach, Passover, liberation, my Hebrew name, Pesach. May you be blessed with liberation, be freed. May your souls be liberated. May you connect to that divine in the week ahead and beyond. And may we bring liberation to the world as well, so that everyone can feel that love and connection that we're experiencing today.
Nancy, I wanted to
Back on April 4th.
Did you want to say anything, Nancy? You're quiet today. Just thank you for being here.
Well, I always appreciate it. I think I'm more in struggle mode, and I mean I appreciate the chant so much, but it's I feel like I'm sort of going through my own wilderness in a not the positive wilderness that we're talking about, but sort of a negative wilderness, and so I'm trying to connect with that positive wilderness, and so it's the music is beautiful, the meditations are always so lovely, and but I'm struggling with some difficult things, and so I'm not physically I'm fine, but just struggling with some emotional things, and it's it's hard. It's hard. But
Nancy, you're not alone. We're here.
Yeah.
thank you.
How about you, Phil? Anything you want to add?
Well, Steve, I was aware when you were leading us into the meditation, taking the breath and then taking, as you called it, a few more sips. I was aware of fear that came up, like I couldn't breathe, and it's a very primal thing for me. And so doing it 3 or 4 or 5 times, it relaxed me. It was like, it's okay. You can get close to the fear and let go, and it's okay. So there was a really affirming quality to being close to it and then not having it kind of swallow me up. So I appreciated that very much. It's the first time you've done something like that.
Kind of like climbing Machu Picchu.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you all for sharing. It was beautiful. And let us connect with our families over the next week, and then we'll reconnect on April 4th. Blessings. Peace. Bye.
Enjoy the beauty.
Sameach.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye. Happy Passover.
Yes. Hag Sameach.
Hag Sameach.
Oh, we get out of here.
Steve, you can stop recording.
Thank you, Joey.